Yo, welcome back. We got a special episode of Dry Clean Only here. I know I said we was only gonna do 10 episodes this season, but I've always had like so many episodes in the works that I just couldn't put this one off. It had to be this season, man. This guy I got with me is literally a living goat. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it as it is, man. Um, yeah, I've been funny enough, man. I met the homie. Turn my speakers up real quick. I met the homie back in college, and shout out to my homie Mike. And when he came through, bro, he was super fly. And I know a lot of fly dudes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know a lot of fly people, but I don't know a lot of fly people who are humble and fly. You know what I mean? And are doing a lot of creative stuff. And I just really feel like this episode is gonna be a treat, man. But you know, that's how I'm running it, man. But Dev, my boy
That's
Dev
good,
is
man. That's
in the
good.
house.
Appreciate the intro.
Thank
man.
you, thank
Kingly.
you. Yes, thank you for stopping through. Hold on, I gotta fix the homie Dev mic. Hold on, let me
What's wrong?
get him right. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
he was trying to figure out the mic, but we
What's popping? I'm here.
yeah, man. First off, I do want to say this, man. Dev came through. This is actually our second time shooting this. I was trying to do it myself the first time, but I'm pretty sure, as y'all know, I'm not really good with the technicalities and the angles and the cameras and things. Shout out to Ethan again. But, yeah, I tried it on my own. It was not working out at all. So I definitely had to run it back and get it right. But when Dev initially came through, my mans came through with a gift. And I don't really receive too many gifts on here, but when I do, they've been all hard. And he came through. He's like, "Yo, I got something for you." And I look at it, and it's a candle. And of course, I love my good smells. I love especially the candles, man. It take
Gotta
me,
keep the house right.
gotta keep it right, man. Gotta keep the energy good up in here. And I look down and I'm reading it, and I'm like, reading, and it says for dry clean only. And I'm like, yo, this man really took some time out of his day, not only pick me up the gift, but like put it for dry clean only. So
Gotta stamp it.
man,
Gotta
it's
stamp
stamped
it.
it and everything, and it's approved. So thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man.
Always. Good hospitality.
Yeah, man. No, you the king of hospitality after that. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, I mean, like, how you feeling today, bro?
Good, man. Running around. Just grabbed me a little tattoo and stuff.
Yeah, you got
It's a
inked up
good day.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
and a clean piece.
Yeah.
So I know you feeling good, man. And we just gonna hop right into it, man. So of course, I love to start it off, man. Growing up, man, what was like some of your biggest style influence?
Uh, Definitely just like my parents and stuff like that. Like my mom was a big Kanye fan, so I really didn't have no choice, but to like gravitate towards him and what he had going on. Like I told you last time, like the way she would wake me up in the morning, like, it'll be just like as soon as like 7 o'clock hit, you hear a door boom boom, and it's like flashing lights just start, and it was like so in sync as like she planned it. But
Wow.
yeah, definitely yay to start me off, and
That's
my parents in general.
still an amazing story, bro, because I got woken up on some very ruthless, like, hey, get up type stuff. So
Uh-huh.
to be woken up with tunes from Ye.
Oh no, it was still ruthless.
Oh,
Let
it's
me-
still
Let
ruthless.
me make that clear. It was still ruthless. It was
Uh-huh.
just a nice little. I'll be honest. after
Okay.
the fact, yeah.
Well, I you know what? I could appreciate that.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? Because it was either get up or you ain't eating. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it was that
Yeah.
type of deal. But that's valid, man. That's valid. And of course, much like you, I definitely have been influenced by you in a number of ways. So
Mhm.
that's dope that your parents see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that being like one of your style influences, I know like what did we talk about we talked about so much before the show and everything. It's sometimes hard to keep track of. But in addition to that, what were some other influences that you had style wise?
Just like Kid Cudi, of course, Lupe Fiasco, those guys. But like even just like the Wiz Khalifa Day to Days, like
Right.
maybe not
That's
like
what it
so
was.
many, maybe not like so many like style cues, but like just like the kind of laid back feeling of things, and like I just like that when it comes to like getting dressed and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like doing too much. Like we talked about also, That's when I first started like not the LV monogram, it was the LV damier print, and that was kind of like a subtle way of kind of doing it. So,
yeah. No, for real, bro, because I'm it's coming back to me now, of course. But like I definitely resonated with you on the damier piece because like growing up, like all the kids would have on like the, you know, the, I wouldn't say too gaudy, but the symbols and
the monogram,
the monogram. Yeah, bro. Especially remember the Fendi belts that they used to have with all the different colors, bro.
Too much for me.
Man, that was an era. But anyway, the damier, it was like a very subtle piece, and even being in 7th, 8th grade, I was like, I liked that piece a lot more than I was even trying to get that one for fake because I know my OG was not helping me buy for like $500 back in the day. So I was trying to get me a little fake one going, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that was a very, you know, prominent piece for me, especially Wiz too. Like, like the
he
freestyles,
does not get the credit.
bro.
Yeah, he does not get the credit. He started a lot of stuff.
Yeah, bro. Like, and you said you didn't do the patch.
No, I never did the patch. If you ever did the patch, it was so nasty for that. But
that patch led to a lot of things for some people. I've seen it, but that was crazy. But Runaway Freestyles definitely had me in the chokehold. Was it Taylor Alderrice?
Yeah, Taylor. That was a good.
That mixtape was so smooth. A lot of Cardo beats. One of my favorite producers. Shout out Cardo. But yeah, that was a really good time in life for me. You know, thinking about like your style influences and everything, bro. You know, I feel like when it comes to style, you can't forget your first piece. You know what I mean? So what was a piece that had you in the chokehold that you purchased? You know. Yeah, I guess earlier on, you could say.
So it was a couple. I ain't gonna lie. So around the time Kanye did Graduation, I had like a full zip like white hoodie, but it was not like the Babe joint and nothing like that. It was just like, I don't know, something we found like shopping one day, and it was like reminiscent of it for me. So like that was like important for me at the time. I had glitter all over everybody backseat with that one. But then like kind of going up some more like in like early days of high school, like, I was really like into like Hood by Air, so I had like this like Hood by Air long sleeve, the Radar joint, and yeah, those are like my first pieces.
Man, yo, what a time, what a time right there, because Hood by Air was like,
it was great, bro.
I was such a, like, yeah, Ethan's out here giving like the chef kiss, bro. Like that was just such a very positive era, you know, like, man, I think that was the V-Lone before the V-Lone. I'm not gonna hold you.
It was getting
there. It was gonna get there. It was gonna get there. I promise it was gonna get there. But no, that's dope, man. I'm sitting here thinking like, just, you know, me lately, I just been really big on collecting like old pieces from ways ago.
That's what I've been into too. I like buying the new stuff. Buying into the new stuff is like hasn't really been doing it for me. So just like going back to those like eras we talking about now and remembering like, oh yeah, that used to be like what I needed. So
yeah, no, it's important to really like what you wear, man, especially if you resonating with it so heavily. You know what I mean? And it puts you in a positive space. Because a lot of stuff now, I just feel like it just, I won't say it's trash or anything like that.
You just don't feel anything. Yeah, you don't feel anything from it. It
does not feel. Yeah, it just feels very empty. You know what I mean? So I definitely see that, and I know that even with that, bro, you mentioned a little bit earlier that you've been picking up some more of your grilled pieces.
We've been going around doing a little damage. But
yeah. So what did you recently pick up?
Recently I grabbed like the Raf Simmons, like it was spring, summer, or fall, winter 17. The Disturbed cardigan, the blue and yellow joint. I picked that one up. I've been on that one for a minute. I grabbed the Junior poem jeans. I know you had like beef with Junior, but those and then like again like furniture and stuff like that. I haven't picked like anything specific up yet, but I'm still looking. Like I want that mirror from Ben Storms, and just some other little tables. I want the speakers from Devin Ohas.
Yeah, I remember those. Them speakers that you was talking about. I definitely, when we talked about it, I looked it up a little bit. I was like, yo. It's amazing how tapped in you are, like, all around. You know what I mean? Like, it just comes full circle, and I think that's valid, bro. Like, because I even asked you, I was like, bro, how are you managing, like, to stay, I just understand relevancy? Like,
I just really don't. I don't know.
It just comes to you. Yeah, I need it to come to me just like that in my feed and everything. Because sometimes I just be seeing
All on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my Instagram is mostly filled with like cars and memes and stuff.
That's not
like
bad.
that.
The car joint is not bad.
Yeah, no, I definitely see a lot of like drifting videos and
The old Beamers.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm heavy on the imports though.
Really?
I'm heavy. I think one of my favorites, even since a kid. Now that I think about it, I know we getting off, but Lexus has always been.
Really? What year are you talking about from Lexus?
Man, shout out to Fredo, because Fredo already. My homie Fredo, we go back and forth. But Lexus in the 90s was crazy. Like,
really?
They would be, like, a lot of the LS models that they had, like the LS 300 models, or like even the is it the GX or the GS? Or I think it's the GS. Man, like, just, they make timeless vehicles, bro. And, like, honestly, they were ahead of the time. Like, even some of the Lexuses had phones in the VIP. You know what I mean?
90s,
but
yeah,
what's really captivating about it is their engines and their ability to drift. So, yeah, that's
a drifter?
I'll swing some shit. I'll swing some shit.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
in my 05 Honda Accord, I definitely swing some, right. No, for real though, whack some shit. That's actually that's right. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, it's a little like banging.
Yeah. That's true. So with these grill pieces, like you said, you just picked up a few. I definitely have beef with the Junior jeans. But no, those are of course all hard pieces. I know, like, when it comes to I gotta figure out how to word this. When it comes to like searching, I know you mentioned that you're tapping more into like, I guess like older like pieces that you seen when you were younger. I guess my question to you would be, do you have any advice for people who trying to find pieces? Like, is there a better way of going about that? Because I know sometimes when you jump right into the water, it's like crazy expensive. You know what I mean? And it's like, I always feel like there's a different way. Like, there has to be another way to get this without spending so much.
Patience.
Patience.
If you see something, like, just like keep an eye on it, monitor and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just what it is it's gonna cost what it's gonna cost.
Yeah, that's true. I feel it. Sometimes you just gotta let it go for what it is.
Yeah.
In addition to all of that, is there anything that you're like paying attention to right now? Any brands that are really doing it for you?
So it's crazy. So last time we did this, I mentioned Aris Tatatolovich or something like that. He's an independent designer, and since then he's dropped like all these crazy looks on his Instagram. So he's snapping. Like young designers though, like independent designers, but like stuff that's dropping, not really. Like some Marnie stuff is cool, but like I'll look at like the runway shows and try to pay attention and just see what's like coming out and stuff. But nothing too crazy. Nothing new has been making me feel anything.
Yeah. Understood, man. I'm using you as a resource because I really haven't seen anything new sometimes. Like sometimes I'm so focused on like, again, past seasons and collecting those pieces, but like I really haven't been seeing anything new, and I feel like you in a way could be a voice of the streets with the amount of information so I just got to check in one time with that, so appreciate that. So we what with that, man, I'm gonna jump right into it, man, because it's a very exciting thing that I know about you, and you run it with that, but architecture, engineering,
I'm professional.
It's literally you. Like I mean, it's hard to. First off, I didn't even know. I've known Dev for about maybe 4 years now, right?
4 years, yeah.
And I did not know that you, you went to school for engineering and then you switched to architecture,
right?
And now you're an architect. Like that is
Real
you.
Deal.
You
Big
know?
A.
Yeah,
Big A.
like so. With that being said, I mean, like, just like what made you change from engineering to architecture, essentially?
Just like in engineering, like I just realized, I just started to notice what part of the process I was gravitating to, and it was always like the design process. That's where I kind of got the fulfillment from, and like I probably should have made the switch a lot sooner than I did. I didn't make the switch until like I had like 1 semester left or 1 year left or whatever. But
right.
I made the switch to architecture, and like that's just my bag.
Right. Yeah. Man, like I mean, and just I'm still captivated by some pieces we're gonna get into a little bit later, but like I know that when it comes to architecture and fashion, I know that they go hand in hand.
Definitely,
almost, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And for those viewers who can't really see that necessarily, like you and I, what about it makes them so intertwined in a way that you see it?
I think that just like at the root of it is just like human centered. It has to be like so considerate, like in all of the process and all the steps you take, you have to consider humans and like with fashion, like how it moves and stuff with the body, and architecture, how a body takes up space and moves throughout space and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's a lot of parallels.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I mean, I see it that way too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people just necessarily don't. You know, do you have a favorite I'm losing the word. What is the architect? Oh, man, I'm blanking out. Yeah, do you have a favorite architect?
I like David Ajay a lot.
Okay,
he's a Ghanaian. I think he's from Ghana. I think so. I'm sorry, I might have stepped out wrong. But him, he's hard. Tadao Ando, I love him. I love his work. He's an architect. He's known for his use of concrete. Mm-hmm. And so I went down to St. Louis to check out the Pulitzer Arts Museum. Okay. Crazy. Kanye just bought his house in Malibu. It was by Tadao Ando.
Okay. Is that the one that he was like, is it just made of stone?
Yeah. And it's like right on the beach. Yeah.
That's clean. I wonder how that's going to come out, because I just like, it's very simple.
Yeah, like, and then when you see it in person, like you kind of like get it all the way.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely can't wait to see how he, puts it together. And he's always been, a creative light for us. Mm-hmm. And, even leading to that, you would know yourself.
Yeah.
So, you were an architect for Yeezy, or are an architect for Yeezy, correct?
Correct.
How for us, that was mind blowing to me to know you and just recently find that out. How did you step into that role? How did you come upon that? Like, it's just not something you see on like Yeezy Supply website, like looking for architect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I kind of like I asked for that position, but I was like, I made the switch over to architecture late, so like I was trying to find ways to at that point to not like do a regular studio, like a regular class, and just be like, I'm gonna do this to try to account for a studio. Okay. And so I hit up Nico Balestros. He's the director over there, and I don't know, I was just DMing everybody, but he just want to kind of hit me back. But I had an affordable housing project that I had designed, and I based it here in Chicago. And around that time, it was doing a lot of interviews, and they were like all like human, like very humanitarian, and like he wanted to design in this way. And I was like, okay, I'm like kind of already doing that. So I kind of like took the project I had for affordable housing, tailored it to like certain like material choices he was saying, and I like just threw it out. Nothing came. But then like a couple weeks later, Nico was trying to get some 3D renderings for a project he was doing like on the side. But then he was like, who can render? I was like, me. And then he scrolled up and seen all the other stuff and was like, okay, let's tap in. Threw me in a group chat, and I was like, that was it. That's how I made the decision.
Dog, what a story. Yeah, that's crazy. Off of D, like between you and just like other people that I've heard, or especially when I was talking to Monty last episode, these DMs, man, you gotta step out of yourself and really send them, because you never know what it can lead to. Yeah, you never know.
I think a part of that comfort is like kind of like feeling like, okay, nothing's going, like they're not gonna hit me back. Like it's not like, so it's like, okay, whatever, send it. But then,
right,
yeah.
Nah, I'm about to get busy, man.
Man, hey, come
especially in the sake of of John Cleone and everything, because like there's just so many people out there that who can come to this platform and like get their stories off and really tap in with people. And for sometimes people feel like they can't really relate to some people, but you never know what can happen. Like you sit down with someone and you realize, man, I could really resonate with this, or apply this to my life and build it from there. So I think that is just astounding, bro. Like, yeah, like that is just crazy.
I wish I seen some of the work that we did,
bro. I wish we could.
Like the retail concepts are so crazy, but like, it turned into just dumping clothes on the floor in a pile and Gap.
Yo, that simple as that. And I think that's better for people too. I'm not gonna hold you because, like, in a way, it's just like, oh, you want that? Just pick it up, grab it, like that.
But I mean, like, okay, so from my perspective, I guess, like I said, I'm doing this around the same time I'm like finishing up design school. So like, it would be sometimes where I'm like sacrificing time when I should be doing like a real school project, and I'm doing that, and then nothing comes of it. So it's like, I don't know.
But you made it happen. You made it work. It all came together. Like you got that degree. Like you finished them classes, and you got this, man. I don't know too many people who. I don't know too many one whose DMs are hitting like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you hit a crazy parlay or something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I sent like 30 DMs of the same message.
Low key, bro. I'm finna get as soon as this episode is up, I'm shooting just everywhere.
Got to.
Everywhere.
Got to.
I know with like you being an architect, and you know you just being Dev and being interested in the world of fashion, and we talked about how both of those worlds are just very much the same. Broken Studios. That's you right there.
The firm, the label,
the conglomerate.
You feel me?
Yeah. So when did you start Broken Studios?
So it started off as like a little clothing company or whatever back in 2016. Did like a little dad hat, hoodies or whatever. But I kind of realized I wanted to do like more like, I wouldn't say more serious projects, but like projects where I wouldn't like in a box and I can just do anything. So then I changed it to that, and then to the point where it's at now is kind of like I made that switch in like 2019. Okay. To where it's more like super design focused. It's like solution based, and it actually would operate as like an architecture firm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing, bro. Like to have that all in one house is just amazing, bro. Like
we aiming to be vertically integrated, so that's the whole mission right now.
Yeah, you dropping some knowledge on here, man. It's just crazy. It's funny when I think back to my initial meeting of you. I was at Mike's crib, and he had this crazy, what was it, like a throw? Would you call it?
Oh,
it was
blanket.
A blanket.
Yeah, the blanket, the hollow. Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, bro, where did you find this at? And he was like, homie Dev made it, right? And I was like, yo, I gotta meet this Dev, bro. Like this, cause I've seen a lot of clothes in my day. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people create brands, but nothing like had me in the chokehold like that blanket. And I was like, if he's creating this, I can only imagine what else he's creating. And even from that, I've seen bits and pieces, especially with the derbies that I've been waiting so long for. You know what I mean?
Not too much longer.
So, just creative on all angles here. But I think my biggest thing with you, or biggest question with you, is just when you're a label to this degree, like how do you organization, like how does that play out? Like I just feel like there's just so much to do and keep track of.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Still trying to figure it out. But I just know that I want to do it all, and I'm just making a way of getting it done. That's it for right now. But in the future, I hope to be more organized.
Yeah,
for sure.
Nah, yeah, I definitely see it that way. And even when you were talking about housing, like public housing, because I work in a slight entity of that. I would love to see some or hear about more ideas with that come to light, because I feel like that could really, like, if you look at a lot of public housing now, like it's very outdated. You know what I mean? And
there's no effort to really update it,
bro. Like there's no effort at all. Like, and there's no real like thought process of inclusion of kids and what they want to do, or So I would love to see that play out in real life. That would be really, really hard for sure. Sorry, I'm getting onto my own little tangent here. But what are your creative process, with Broken Studios? I feel like there has to be a lot of ups and downs with that.
Yeah, for sure.
So could you tell us like what some of those would be,
Just so just even just sampling, like just constantly making a sample, and it's like just not coming out right. Now you're just sinking bread into this thing, and it's like, then you kind of like, man, am I even supposed to be doing this? Because like I'm obviously like something's not clicking on this project, but like So like I don't know. I categorize that as like identity crisis. Maybe that's dramatic, but like everybody has those moments where it's like you have that imposter syndrome. Like, do I need to like do I belong here and stuff like that? So I feel like my process is like just me trying to like prove like that I can do certain stuff to myself, and then like that's like the fulfillment for me.
Right. No, I totally understand. Even, I see a lot of friends who have brands of their own, and I know that the process behind it can be lengthy. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And there's a lot of times where you feel like you're being tested. You know what I mean? And just trying to get across the, what you feel like the public really, get across what you feel like really encapsulates your work and everything to the public.
Right.
So, man, I mean, I'm trying to think, bro, because it's just so much that you do here. When it comes to, like Broken Studios and everything, is there any like pieces or things that you would give us in terms of what you're working on for the future? Is there anything that you could drop on us a little? I know you can't give us too much. You know what I mean?
No, well, the wine for sure. I developed the wine, natural wine, with this company. I don't really typically like to drink, but like I'm for some reason fascinated in natural wine, and so I wanted to make one. So I did that, and that should be like maybe August, September.
Jeez.
So yeah, that'll be cool. And then like I told you like a couple minutes ago, the bike that I made, the BMX bike.
Yeah.
I'll be like making a video for that, like a slight direction.
Bro, I cannot wait, bro.
Yeah.
It's just so.
It's crazy that you haven't seen a bike. Though.
I have not, bro. It's. I feel like it's
built
crazy.
that joint from scratch, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I stole some measurements from SE. You know SE, the bike company.
Do you know SE?
SE. It's like a BMX bike company.
Okay.
I kind of like took a little measurements and I like made them slimmer because like they make a big frame. But yeah.
Okay. What kind of materials did you use for the frame? Because I was just talking to my homie Meech about his stepdad builds bikes.
Oh,
well.
Really?
And like he was like, man, I got to get you a bike for the summer. And he was like, yeah, you can get one with like carbon fiber or like all this other stuff. And I know building bikes can be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So
I use the chromoly steel, so it's like a lightweight steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you a resource right here, bro. Like.
Yeah, we get
computer, like real life, a human computer right here. Yeah, I gotta see that bike, bro. Is this something you plan on throwing up on YouTube or like IG or like?
I don't know, bro. I might just do like a little Vimeo. Like I don't know, bro.
I'm
really just focused on like kind of just making sure the video is right first, but then wherever it goes, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's fine, man. As long as I get to see it, bro, because you have so much work that needs to be seen out here in these streets, bro.
Yeah, I gotta get better at that.
Man, like if you need somebody to work for the team, let me know. I work free. It's free.
For sure.
But before, like I guess we get up out of here and everything, bro. Do you have, outside of, getting this bike together, do you have any goals for yourself? Actually, before I ask you about goals, what would you give to someone who wanted to start out in a similar pathway as you? I feel like that's important because you do so much with Broken Studios and because you've built connections off of, DMs and things and Switch, I feel like you have a lot of insight to offer somebody. And if they wanted to start like their own label or like, switch majors and become an architect or get more involved in a creative based work, what would you offer up to them?
It's kind of like cliche, but step out of the comfort zone. Like I'm a very like kind of shy person, so a lot of the stuff that I have to do, like, and just I have to present a lot, I have to talk a lot, I have to like reach out to people, and like it's just not like in my nature to do that automatically. Right. So like, just do whatever you need to do to like get to see something through, I guess.
Valid, bro. No, valid. Like I said, I've seen so much from you, so it's just crazy. I know you're gonna have a TED Talk coming soon. Sooner or later, man.
You're gonna host it.
I'll be down, bro. It'd be a privilege for real. But anyway, getting back to the goals, are there any goals that you have set outside of the bike and everything for yourself? And that's beyond just creating.
A goal, like we talked about like finishing up the derby and stuff like that. A goal of mine is just to present it really well. Like we kind of talk about, like a lot of my fulfillment comes from just like making and doing. So like I'll kind of just leave it there, and then like all of the homies be like, "Yo, we'll drop it and post it and stuff like that." So like a goal of mine is just to get better with that, and also just be better at presenting. And also I want to direct. This is like a down the line goal, but I want to direct like a rom-com. So that's my favorite genre of movies for some reason. But yeah, I want to do one. That's like down the line. But yeah.
Nah, man. I'm not trying to sound like no old head, but future is bright, man.
Future is bright, for sure. Always.
Man, well, with that, bro, I really appreciate you coming out, man. I'm glad we can make this work.
Yeah, no, finally.
Cause,
Part 2.
Yeah, it took a minute. So
I feel like we had a whole like different conversation this time too, in a way.
Low key, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think back. Like we definitely did, but I feel like we got everything off that we should have.
Yeah, no, this is nice.
You know, and I'm just happy to have you here. So appreciate that, bro. Well, it's dry clean only.
Dry clean only.
Feel me first, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. See y'all soon.